Okay, you've graduated or you're almost there. Congratulations. So, what are your next steps? Are you thinking of staying in France and finding a job? If yes, this video is for you. In this video, we will talk about the conditions under which you can stay and work in France. Then, what APS is and who is eligible for it. After that, we will explore how you can apply for APS. And finally, the options you will have after your APS expires or if you can't get an APS for any reason. And last, we will give you some very useful tips for PhD students and some great bonus tips for you. The good news is that the steps you have to take now are simpler than getting that degree you just earned, so there should be no excuse for you not to do it. So, let's get started. 1. Find out your category. The first thing you will need to do is determine the conditions you have to fulfill in order to have the right to stay and work. These conditions are not that difficult, so don't go packing for home just yet. The first factor is where you're coming from. There are two major categories. A. If you are from a country in the European Union, European Economic Area or Switzerland, good news, you may stay in France as long as you wish while you look for your new job. B. Now, if you are a non-European student, you may also stay and work under some conditions. A. If you have already secured a job, remember that can't be just any job though. France requires you to make 1.5 times the minimum wage, which is 2,309.13 euros brut per month as of 2020. Any non-European student falling under this category can stay in France and work. B. If you haven't secured a job yet, you fall under one of the following categories. 1. You have a specialist bachelor degree, licence professionnelle. 2. You have a master's degree. 3. You have plans to open your own company or become entrepreneur. 4. If you're not from a country that has signed a bilateral agreement with France, example Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, then you may apply for an autorisation provisoire de séjour or APS, which is a temporary resident permit. An APS allows you to stay in France to look for employment for 12 months following your graduation and can be renewable for some nationalities. While you look for permanent job placement, you may continue to work as a student at 20 hours per week or 964 hours as you want in 1 year. Example, a full-time for 6 months. If you are from a country with a bilateral agreement with France or you are from Algeria, please check with the Ministry of International Affairs for more information as there are more specific guidelines for you to follow. 2. Apply for APS. Once you have determined that you fall under one of these categories, it's time to apply for it. In order to do that, you should follow these steps. A. Apply for APS before your student visa or residence permit expires. B. Download the APS request from the website of the prefecture you desire to stay in or go directly to the prefecture. C. Have a copy of your diploma or graduation certificate, your passport, valid student resident permits or visa, birth certificate, housing certificate, health insurance and 3 standard photos with you. D. You will need to buy a tax stamp, timbre fiscal, online or get it from a tabac shop for 49 euros once your new residence card is ready. 3. The options for you if you aren't eligible for APS or for after your APS expires. Most students who are not eligible for APS apply for a second degree and meanwhile search for a job. This gives them more time to figure out a way to stay. Even some students who are eligible for APS apply for a new master's and save their APS chance for later. This way, they will have more time to find a job and an opportunity to add a new diploma in their CV. But if you applied for APS and got it, now you have 1 year to find a job. During this time, if you do find a job with an indefinite time frame, CDI, or with a fixed duration, CDD, or you make at least 1.5 times the minimum wage, 2,309.13 brut, you may apply to stay under an employee or temporary worker permit. So you will need to go to prefecture and change your status. But what if you don't? There are a few options for you before you throw in the towel and go home. A. still working on that business startup? If you can provide proof of viability, there are freelance entrepreneur or multi-year talent passports that you may be eligible for. B. Working on some ground-moving research project? The researcher talent passport may apply to you. 4. What if you are a PhD holder? A. You can find a job as described above, with 1.5 times the minimum wage. B. The researcher talent passport might be a good option for you. Bonus tips. 1. It is important not to let your APS expire. Report all changes right away to assure your change of status is applied correctly. 2. If you find a job during your APS, you can immediately start to work. However, you should go to prefecture to change your status right away, and it will take up to 2 months to get your new residence permit ready. If you want to avoid all of the worries that come with finding a job, let us help you with that too. Watch our video entirely dedicated to how to find a job more easily in France. Click on our logo to subscribe and get notified when our new videos are out. Please don't hesitate to ask any questions you might have and share your opinion about this video. We love suggestions. You can also like the video for supporting our team and share it with your friends who might need this information. We hope this video has eased your worries about what to do after your studies have concluded. Good luck and congratulations again on your graduation.